Hello everyone, welcome back. It's currently Wednesday night and I figured I would cook up some dinner and also chat about Goodreads' latest list that they came out with, and it's all about romance books. So I have my phone here, so I'll pull up the Goodreads list in a moment, but I want to get this on the stove. It is Trader Joe's sweet potato gnocchi. Absolutely adore this stuff. So, got a pot out. It says to use a skillet. I'm just going to use a pot. It's fine. It's super chilly outside right now, and it's supposed to get snow tonight, and it definitely smells like it's gonna snow, if you know what I mean. But it's not supposed to start till about 11, and it's currently 6:30. I've just been kind of like chilly all day. It's kind of chilly in the office today, and anyway, I'm just putting a healthy glug of oil into it. It's on like medium heat. I'm just gonna chuck this in, and it says to use water. I used oil. I feel like it was supposed to be oil before. You know what? I'm not gonna pay attention to any of the directions. I'm gonna add a little bit of water. It's fine. Everything is fine, guys. Everything's fine. Also not gonna cover it because, well, maybe it will. Let me see if I can find a lid. But this, I've like cooked this in the microwave and I've cooked it on the stove before. It never cooks how it says it's going to, because it says like 3 to 5 minutes covered and then 2 minutes uncovered. It's still frozen solid at that point. So, but oh, the lid is literally right here the whole time. So we'll cover it. We'll check on it in a few minutes. Let's get started going through our list. So let's pull up Goodreads. Top 100 new romances, fall for readers' favorite romances from the past 3 years. So I figured I would go through and tell you which ones I've read, which ones I want to read, just kind of my general thoughts on the list. So I'm pulling it up. Let me screen record. Okay, here we go. So the number one up there is Fourth Wing, which I have read, and I did like the first one in like a fun, goofy, trashy kind of way. Hated the second one. So bad. I thought it was so bad. And I'm not even picking up the third one. So that's about how that goes. And I've heard even worse things about the third one than I did the second one. Also, I'm actually going to stop here and then I'll come back in a sec because I think the battery is going to die. And I have a battery charging. So I'm just going to switch you around really quick. Okay, I'm back. And my tripod is kind of being the worst. So we'll see how that goes. I'm just going to give the pasta a quick stir. Let it sit uncovered for a few minutes. Want the sauce to thicken up a little bit. Okay, so the first one I just talked about, Fourth Wing. Number 2 is Book Lovers, which I did love, and it's actually my favorite Emily Henry book. And she's like one of my favorite romance authors. Will read everything she writes. Love her. Next we have Iron Flame. Like I said, I hated Iron Flame. Things We Never Got Over. I have not read it and I kind of have no desire to. I've heard that it's about like 40-year-olds, which nothing against like older people, but I hear that they act like teenagers, like they're really immature, and that's just not something I'm interested in. Also, it's so big. It's huge. Like, why is it that big for a romance book? Okay, going strong. Next, we have Funny Story by Emily Henry, which I loved. I actually read it pretty recently. Also, Sky and Breath. I've read it. It was okay. It wasn't my favorite. Okay, the next two I haven't read. Ever Summer After, Carly Fortune. I've just like never really been interested in reading these. I don't really know why, but the Carly Fortune books, I just hadn't really any interest. And then The Serpent and the Wings of Night. So I own this one. This is, I think, the first in the series by Carissa Broadbent, but I haven't read it yet. I feel like I heard really good things about it for a while. Hold on, the dogs are doing something. Sorry about that. Baguette likes to get on the table. It's actually kind of an issue. Okay. So, got my gnocchi kind of cooking up. Okay, so I feel like there was a very brief moment in time where all anyone could talk about was this series, and then all of a sudden I heard nothing about it and also not good things about the second one, so my interest in it kind of died down a little bit. I'm still interested in it, but I just haven't picked it up. Next we have all three Abby Jimenez and the Part of Your World, whatever that trilogy is called. But we have Just for the Summer and Part of Your World and Yours Truly. And so I really liked Part of Your World and I loved Just for the Summer. but I hated Yours Truly, which I know some people, it's like their favorite. They absolutely love that one, but there was like too many tropes. The characters I thought were annoying, and there was a lot of things about fertility that I didn't enjoy, like, oh, she just never got pregnant until she was with the right person, which is like not, I don't like that kind of stuff. Okay, next, another strong one. We have Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood. This is actually my favorite Ali Hazelwood. I really, really like Love Theoretically. I've loved everything I've read by Ali Hazelwood, and Deep End actually came out yesterday, and I'm very excited to get into that. But this one is my favorite. Next, we have House of Flame and Shadow. So I actually haven't read this one yet. This is very unlike me. I used to be like a Sarah J. Maas girly back in high school and college, and would like immediately pick up what she wrote, but this one came out last year and I still haven't picked it up. I think I'm just kind of, I've been like not in the mood over it, that kind of stuff. Next, we have a bunch I haven't read. So we have Things We Hide from the Light, which is the sequel to Things You Never Got Over. Again, haven't read the first one, not going to read the sequel. One Dark Window. This one, I'm actually going to hit one to read. I hear really good things, and I do want to pick it up at some point. I just haven't yet. Next, we have Twisted Lies by Anna Huang. I've not read anything by Anna Huang. I'm not super interested in anything by her. I just don't think her style of writing is like necessarily for me from what I've heard about her. Okay, so my sauce is thickening up nicely, so I'm going to just turn it on low while I finish this up. Next, we have some good ones. Bride, not my favorite Ali Hazelwood. It was her first paranormal romance. It was good, but I didn't love it as much as I think a lot of people did. The 7-Year Slip, however, by Ashley Poston. Poston? I've literally like seen her in person, and you know, it's just trying to sneak around, but she's fine. I loved The 7-Year Slip. That one was so good. Flawless, another one I'm actually going to hit one to read. I can't believe I hadn't hit one to read on that one. By Elsie Silver. I own this one. It's the first in her, whatever that series is, The Cowboys. Very exciting. Love that. Want to read it. I've only heard good things. Everyone seems to love this series, and I think I will once I get into it. It does, however, feel kind of like a summer series to me, so I may not get to it until later in the year. Terms and Condition by Lauren Asher. I'm not really into that whole like billionaire romance, or also like workplace romances. Well, like dating your boss romances. Not really my vibe. So not really into that. Then we have, again, Things We Left Behind, the next Lucy Score one. No desire. Hunting Adeline. I have absolutely no desire to read these at all. I'm not really into a dark romance. I'm not a dark romance girly. I don't really love the stalking, the murder, whatever. Not for me. However, one that is for me is The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. I thought that was absolutely delightful. Such a good read. This sequel keeps getting pushed back further and further. I think it was supposed to come out this past year, and now it's coming out like in the fall of 2025. But when it does come out, I hope it's worth the wait because I'm very excited. Mile High, I had marked it as one to read at one point. I feel like I heard some like not good things about Liz Tomford, and I don't know, that one I feel like it was getting a lot of hype, so I marked it as one to read. My desire maybe has gone away some, but hey, let me know if you think it's worth it. Maybe I'll, you know, actually pick it up. We have a bunch I haven't read. King of Wrath, again with Anna Huang. I'm just not super interested. When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. I know this one has a lot of buzz. I'm pretty picky when it comes to romantasy, so I don't know if I should pick it up. Let me know what you think. And then we have the sequel to The Serpent and the Wings of Night. Final Offer, again, not really into that whole billionaire romance thing. Heartless, again, in the Elsie Silver series. Excited to get into that. When I said I was picky in romantasy, I did, however, read Quicksilver only a couple weeks ago, and I did like it. I didn't think it was like the most amazing thing I'd ever read. I feel like I could really tell where a lot of the scenes were derived from when it came from other kind of like romantasy books, but I still had like a good time with it. Now, The Paradise Problem by Christina Lauren. This one I actually thought was really fun. It has that kind of like marriage of convenience trope I really like. It was on this like tropical island. I thought that one was like a really fun summer read. Highly, highly recommend actually. The Right Move, again, the Liz Tomford series. I think I was really drawn to them because I used to live in Chicago, and I know it's like the Windy City series or something, and I think they're also like hockey players, which I like in theory, I've really only ever read like 2 hockey romances, and I think they were just like okay. But in theory, I like a hockey romance. Wild Love by Elsie Silver. For a long time, I actually didn't know that this was in a different series than the Chestnut Spring series. That's what the Flawless one is. But I think it is actually. Maybe it's a spin-off series. I'm not sure. Let me know. But I think I'll probably have to still read like the Flawless and all those first. The War of the Two Queens by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I read the first 2.5 of the Blood and Ash books. The first one I liked. I read it like really quickly. The second one, it was like, whatever. The third one, never finished. Poppy was just like so annoying, and the writing was really annoying. It was like this adult book, but the writing felt very middle grade in the way that it told you literally every little thing that every character was thinking. It didn't leave anything for us to infer about Poppy's choices or just things like that in general. Didn't love. Again, some more sequels. Powerless, Reckless, Two Twisted Crowns, Say You Swear by Megan Brandy. I've never heard of this actually, but it doesn't look like anything I would like from the cover, but maybe I'm wrong. Let me know. Again, Elsie Silver, Hopeless. Practice Makes Perfect by Sarah Adams. I'm intrigued by Sarah Adams books. I've never picked one up yet, but I feel like every time I see them, I'm like, ooh, that looks good. That looks interesting. I don't know. There's just always been something that has like stopped me from picking up her books. But again, let me know if you think I should pick her up. I think even she has one coming out like this year that I have on my list to watch for. The True Love Experiment by Christina Lauren. I generally do like Christina Lauren's releases. I think they're like a good time, fun. Lights Out. I know this is another dark romance, so not for me, not gonna pick that one up. The same with The Book of Azriel. Not for me, it's not gonna happen. Again, Caught Up, another Liz Tomford. King of Sloth, another Anne Wrong. I don't know what this praise is, but it also doesn't look like it's for me. Let's see here. A Salacious Players Club. Oh, salacious is not a word that I usually get along with. This makes me sound like I'm like prudish, or I don't care if you like dark romances or like erotica. I've read them. I just don't usually enjoy them. So, Elle Kennedy. I've never read anything by Elle Kennedy, so if you think I should delve into that world, let me know. Nora Goes Off Script. I feel like I vaguely remember when this came out. There was something about it that didn't sound right to me. Is she like staying in a house, or she's a screenwriter? Anyway, maybe I'll add that. Phantasma. Did it sound like anything I would like? I don't really like circus, stuff like that. Love Redesigned by Lauren Asher. Oh, like for beginners. So probably not for me. Again, another Liz Tomford. Throne of the Fallen by Carrie Maniscalco. Is that the first one? I think that's the first one in the spin-off series. I thought it was fine. I liked it. I did read the second one too, and I do think they're interchangeable. So I don't know if I'll keep going on with the series. I think she's trying to do this like overarching plot that just isn't really working for me. But I mean, they are like a silly, goofy, good time. I do think they're a little bit too long to be a silly, goofy, good time. So I don't know if I'll continue on with the series, but at this point, I'm still kind of reading them as they come out. Wild Eyes by Elsie Silver. Again, hopefully I'll eventually get there. The Sinner by Chantal Tessier. Ooh, that is an interesting cover. Wow. A dark college romance. That does not sound up my alley at all. Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonham Young. I think she has a new book that just came out that's getting a lot of good buzz. I really like this cover. That's really pretty. Yeah. A One Night Stand. Oh no. Is she gonna get pregnant? There's talk about a one night stand, and then it's like everything changes. And I don't know. Is that a pregnancy trope? I don't know if I could do a pregnancy trope. Next we have The Rom-Commers by Catherine Center. I am a Catherine Center hater. I read The Bodyguard by her, and it was when everyone was like loving it. I hated it. I did not like it at all. And since then I like, one, haven't been intrigued by any of the synopses, and two, I just hated her writing so much. I like can't get over it. Delilah Green Doesn't Care by Ashley Herring Blake. I was so excited to read it, and I didn't love it. I think I gave it like a 3-star. I thought that Delilah Green was really annoying. I didn't like her. Also, the romance just felt weird. It felt weird to me. Like the single mom and Delilah Green, and the way they got together was weird. And I don't know, it felt both insta-lovey, even though they had been like old, not like friends, but they like knew each other. But they just got very involved very quickly, and it didn't feel right to me. That being said, I have been interested to read other books in this series. I just haven't picked them up yet. Court This Cruel and Lovely by Stotchestar. That sounds like every other romantasy book, and I probably won't pick it up unless it gets a lot of hype because there's too many of them, and like I need someone to tell me which ones are even worth trying at this point. A Light in the Flame, again, not into any of those. Jennifer L. Armentrout books. Kennedy Ryan, Before I Let Go. I have not read this yet. I really want to. I'm really excited to delve more into Kennedy Ryan. The Sacrifice, again, a dark revenge romance. Oh my god, no thank you. Okay, then we have Glow by Raven Kennedy, a part of the Plated Prisoner series. I tried to read whichever the first one is, and I didn't make it through the first one. So, not reading that one. Again, with the Carissa Broadbent, haven't read the first one. The Ever King by I.J. Andrews. I like the cover. I think it's cute. I don't really know anything about it, though. Again, it looks like another romantasy, so let me know if that's one that I should try. Chloe Walsh, Saving Six. I have heard about these on like TikTok from people. I don't really think it's my cup of tea. It feels like maybe a little bit younger than what I would read now. I feel like it's a lot of high school girls and younger kind of talking about it. But hey, if it's good and appropriate for them, like all power to them. The Spell Shop. I've heard this is like so delightful. I actually have it from the library right now, and I haven't started it yet, but I'll probably start it in the next few days. The Zodiac Academy, Sorrow and Starlight. Couldn't catch me dead reading that. A Long Time Coming by Megan Quinn. Megan Quinn, have I read anything by her, or am I just getting her name confused with Julia Quinn? Either way, this is the third in a series, so if I do get to it, it's not going to be for a while. Again, another Jennifer L. Armentrout, not gonna happen. Play With Me by Becca Mack. Never heard of this, but I do like the cover of this one. It's a hockey romance that has taken TikTok by storm. Don't Go Near the Captain's Sister. Oh, is this for the Playing for Keeps series? Okay, I've heard of Playing for Keeps. I didn't know that this was the second one. I haven't read the first one either. This is sounding like I don't read romances. I promise I do. I just apparently don't read the ones that are popular with anyone. Apprentice to the Villain. So I read the first one, The Assistant to the Villain, and I thought it was like really goofy and fun. I don't think I'll continue on with the series, but you know, maybe I will if I just need like a good laugh. Probably do it on audiobook though. I did think that the frog with the sign was like very funny. I did get a giggle out of that. God of Wrath by Rena Kent. Legacy of Gods. I'm Trapped by the Devil. Oh, that sounds scary. Eyes on Me by Sarah Kate. The man is in a suit and he looks broody. So maybe. I don't know. If it's like a billionaire thing, I kind of don't want it. The Fake Out by Stephanie Archer. The Vancouver Storm series, another hockey romance. Like I said, I'm not really a hockey romance girl. Nothing against them. I just haven't really read one I like. Annabelle Monaghan in Summer Romance, a novel. This one actually looks cute. This looks like something up my alley. Her mom, yeah, you know what? She takes off her wedding ring and puts on pants with hardware. Overalls count, right? Her dog claims a man for her in the same way he claimed his favorite of her 3 children by peeing on him. I'm sorry? Concerned about the peeing on them, but hopefully it's just the dogs. Then we have Where's Molly by H.C. Carlton. That looks spooky and also, no. Juniper Hill by Devney Perry. That looks very dramatic. Blood of Hercules. I've heard only bad things about that. Another of the Chloe Walsh books, The Boys of Tommen, whatever. Thank You for Listening by Julia Whalen. I actually did like this. I think Julia Whalen I think she was an actress, and then she narrates a lot of audiobooks and also writes, and this was her like romance book. Definitely recommend listening to it on audio. I just think it's kind of like written to be an audiobook. It feels like, and I think it was like a good time. Again, another Elle Kennedy, another Raven Kennedy, Blood and Steel, romantasy. I'm sorry, this is like, I thought there was going to be more on here that I could like actually talk about. Okay, so the Everflame books, I have wanted to pick up. I haven't yet, so I'm excited to get to that. I'm kind of just going to scroll through and see if there's anything else that I want to talk about. Oh, The Lost and Lassoed. Okay, so this is the Cowboys, where I think the guy spit in her mouth at one point or something. I don't know. I think maybe after the Elsie Silver books, if I still need more cowboys, maybe I'll Swift and Saddled. I think that's the first one. I will try that out, but at this point, not yet. The Games Gods Play by Abigail Owen. My cousin actually got that one for me for Christmas, so I have it, so maybe I can pick that up at some time. Okay, so The Confidence of Wildflowers by Michaela Schmelzer. Don't know anything about, but I really like the cover. That's beautiful. And then Keeper of Enchanted Rooms also looks like something I would maybe pick up. Rhode Island, 1846, estranged from his family. You know what? This like looks cute, actually. It looks kind of spooky and a good time. Room with a View, know nothing about, but like fun. The Love of My Afterlife. Okay, this said I wanted to read this. I don't know if I do or not. I don't know. Ghost. Ah! And then, okay, A Love Song for Ricky Wilde. I absolutely adored. Highly recommend. If you take nothing else in this book, if you take nothing else from this video, read A Love Song for Ricky Wilde. And then Undertaking of Heart and Mercy, it does say that I want to read it on here, but I think I've changed my mind on that. I don't really think I want to read it. And I know like more books have come out. But that's kind of my like brief overview of this list. I definitely thought we like started out so strong and then we went so downhill. But if you see anything there that you think I need to check out, please let me know. Sorry we haven't been vlogging or anything lately. The world's kind of gone to shit in the past few weeks, but hopefully we can start vlogging again and we can just all witness the descent together. Wouldn't that be nice? Anyway, that's all for me today. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.